This week, Huawei's Harmony OS Next officially entered beta, marking Huawei's final step away from Android and Google. In the open source space, the Office Suite FreeOffice has released their 2024 edition, and the Ubuntu App Center now finally has support for deb files. It's the 29th of June and it's Sandro Saturday Sumup, so let's get into the stories. Huawei's Harmony OS Next, which is not based upon Android or even the Linux kernel, has now entered beta. So instead of basing Harmony OS Next on the Linux kernel or even a Unix-like kernel, instead Huawei has opted for basing it upon the custom Harmony OS microkernel. Whilst I am interested by Huawei's attempt to build a new kernel and a new operating system, I don't like that they've decided to make this new operating system closed source. If Huawei wants to convince Western consumers that they can be trusted again with their data, making the OS fully open source would mean that developers and security researchers could check the code and ensure it's respecting user privacy. Also, Harmony OS Next does not support Android apps, and this may be one reason that they have decided to only beta test this so far in China, as more apps in that market are already supported by the new platform. However, we will have to see if Huawei decides to introduce this new OS to the global market in the future. FreeOffice, an open-source paid office suite which supports both Windows and Linux as well as macOS, has released their 2024 version of their suite. The makers of FreeOffice, SoftMaker, claim that no other Office suite has the same level of file compatibility with Microsoft applications. And with this 2024 update, their spreadsheet application PlanMaker has added support for both exporting and importing SQLite databases. Their word processor, TextMaker, has also added support for embedded fonts in TMDX and DocX documents. And their PowerPoint alternative has added support for dynamic slide transitions, which are compatible with PowerPoint. Now, those are just a few of the new features, so you can check out the others in the release notes or on this OMG Ubuntu article, which I am referencing here. Personally, I've had no problems with Office compatibility in LibreOffice. Even though Word and PowerPoint files aren't always formatted correctly, I haven't encountered enough situations where it was a big problem to make the switch to something like FreeOffice be more of an attractive solution. However, I may give the FreeOffice suite a try in the future, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that potential future content. The Ubuntu App Center, an annoyance of many Linux users who dislike the snap format, has now finally received support for deb packages. Canonical has pushed for the adoption of snaps in recent years, despite the pushback of the open source community due to its proprietary backend, as well as Canonical sort of forcing adoption of the new standard, and also because a lot of people prefer other standards such as Flatpak or app images, and they don't want Canonical forcing their hand to use their specific standard. Despite the fact that this is a move in the opposite direction by Canonical, it was a feature that they should have brought back, given that it was present in the previous GNOME version of the App Center. So this is a logical addition. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, then you can of course check out my website if you want to. And thanks for watching once again. I'll see you guys in the next one.